Hi guys, my name is Dan and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are continuing with our Porsche guide for Assetto Corsa Competizione. The first track I've chosen for this series is Misano. It's a really wonderful track, one of my favorite. It suits Porsche really well and you can really be competitive on this track. So before we continue, I strongly urge you to watch the first part of the series about the Porsche, about the car itself and how it handles, how it behaves. What you can do to set it up to make it like a perfect weapon on track and to be very competitive. So let's not waste any more time and let's begin. And here we go. We are going to drive around the track in the second, third gear just to get more familiarized with it. So when you pass the start-finish line, you have to go all the way to the left, try to use the curbs here. Just before the sign 50 you brake, downshifting to third gear, using these curbs on the right, downshifting to second, going close here, letting the car cruise, then heavy on the acceleration, go all the way to the right there, full throttle, and then where the curbs here end, you brake all the way from fourth to first gear. So you let the car just slide here and then upshifting to second. I sometimes upshift early. Here you have to get a good angle, go in the third, be brave, and full throttle. Very important not to go all the way to the right, because otherwise you will get the warnings and then penalties, and that's very tricky corner if you don't do it well. This is full throttle. Here you brake right after the 100-meter mark, which is one of the latest points from all the cars on ACC. You know that Porsche is great under braking, so just taking the corner in the first gear or in second gear, it depends. You have to find for yourself. Here where the colored curb starts, you brake, go to first gear or again to second and see what's better for you if you have a better and steady exit in the second gear. This is a full throttle zone, so I will speed up a little bit. You just drive on the good racing line in the first corner, but this one you don't go all the way to the right, you stay in the middle. This is fourth gear. You just let the car go here in the fourth, let it go left here, fourth, and then after that white line you brake all the way to first gear. After that orange mark on the wall, you start to accelerate. Don't go all the way to the left, keep on the right. Here you lift just for a small portion of a second and then full throttle in third. Fourth gear, then where the sign 50 is, you brake. Third gear or again in second, you have to see what's better for you. And then just full throttle here to the end. Okay, let's now see how it all comes together in one fast lap. This is by no means a perfect lap. There is still a second I can improve, but everybody has its limitations, so please don't be salty in the comments. I hope this was helpful, and now let's go into some tips, tricks, and of course for the end the setup. So one of the most important tips or tricks I can share with you guys that's maybe most interesting to you is the best possible overtake zone or point on this track. It's very difficult to overtake in any car, not just Porsche. You have to prepare it already here. Brake late, stay on the tail of the car in front, be easy here, stay to the right hand side, get a good entry, full throttle here, and now you're on the tail of the car in front, and you have two choices: go for the dive inside or stay on the outside, but get a better exit on the inside. So this is probably the best choice. The second chance is here. This is also continuation of the previous section, so very technical part, a lot of strategizing, but if you get a better exit, then this is probably the place where you will overtake the car in front. And maybe you get a little bit lucky or crazy and do it also here on the braking, but usually it's on the straight. A few more important things. So the tires, they have to be 27.5 to 27.9 psi. That's very important if you want to get maximum grip out of your Porsche. What I use are traction control values of 3 or maybe 2-3, but for the most tracks, including Misano, it's the value of 3. Also, brake bias, you can push as low as 50.2, 50.8, so it's something you have to try yourself, but the car is very stable. But also one of its main point is that it's very good under braking. The engine map 8, it's a little bit different than the other cars. The engine map 8 is the most aggressive, so quality engine map. Because the tires are pretty good, usage of the tires on this track is pretty good for the Porsche. You can always drive map 8. Maybe if it's a longer race, you can go on engine map 4, which is like the regular race map. But I didn't have any problems driving engine map 8. You get the most juice out of the engine and the power, so why not? And now the last and most important thing probably is the setup itself. I will quickly go through some of the things, and you can always pause and see if you can use something that I've been using on this track. The important thing to note is that it's 27 degrees, so according to that I've set up my tire pressures and some other things. So the caster at 8.6 is something I like to put higher, even to 9. Which is very nice if you want to have more grip on the front or more feel on the front end. So that's something I do. Camber is pretty much similar on all the tracks. Rear toe is always less negative than the front toe. Electronics, as I've said, I'm using traction control and traction control 2, both on values of 3, which I found is most suiting for my driving style. Engine map at 8, which can also be put at 4. It depends. 8 is quality for sure. If you want to race at 8, why not? If it's a shorter race, if it's not, engine map 4 is a little bit more easy, and the car won't snap on you when it's least expected. Fuel, yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. So here we have a pretty soft front end and a little bit stiffer rear end. Everything else is pretty much on the mid level values, and brake bias, as I've said, you can push all the way down. Porsche is really stable under braking. Steer ratio is 14 on this track. Preload differential you can put higher if you want, if you feel there is a lift off oversteer when you're going into that quick right-hander, so you can maybe change this. It will maybe help you. Dampers, this is from aggressive setup. What I use is Coach Dave setup for these things. They really help. I'm not going to show the values those guys have set, so this is from aggressive setup values, but I strongly recommend that you use Coach Dave. And the last but not the least, also aero is something that I start with. Usually rear wing is on 12 or 11 or maybe 10. but I wouldn't go lower than 10 on this track. Then the car can become really slippery. It's faster maybe, but very difficult to handle. So in my case it's 11. Ride height I try to push not lower than 70, but for some reason this went all the way down to 67. Ride height front is lower to the max, but the splitter is at 5. So brake ducts are usually set like 2 and 3. It depends. If you need more cool air, then you can adjust that accordingly. So this is pretty much it for the setup. If you want to look by yourself in more detail, please pause and use this as a test. Well, that's probably it. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found some value in this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and guys, leave a comment. I would like to know which track I would need to do next, or you would like me to do next time. Maybe thinking between Alton and maybe Kailami. So both tracks really suiting Porsche. Please let me know in comments what to say. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.